Hello, this is Go to welcome back to FTB Interactions. What's this called? Remastered, right? That one, Remastered. um, in today's episode, I actually decided to start today's recording session by going in and just looking at some things I want to do and kind of tagging them. So I would like to make a satchel. This is like a extra kind of storage you can carry around. And it's going to need some tin, so we're going to go need to find some tin for that. I would like to. I pinned sheep trophy here, but actually, I would just like to get a some sheep in a pen, and then kind of start working on, um, what's it called, like breeding some sheep, so that we can shear them for wool, which we'll be able to get used for both string and for wool. Obviously, we're gonna need wool for multiple purposes later on. But for now, it's going to be good for string, for candles, and other purposes. Speaking of, for that, we're going to need fences. So let's bookmark some fences. Um, oh, right next to the sheep. We are going to need a seared drain. Oh, I should put the seared furnace instead here. Seared furnace is just to like set up the seared furnace that we made before. And then chest is going to be, I just want to make some storage and move our stuff over from the void so we're not running back and forth as much. We're still probably going to be running back there every now and then, but for now, I want to significantly cut down the running back and forth, so looking to get some storage over here built. And then I also had bookmarked the dolly. Dolly is something that lets you pick up, it lets you pick up chests and move them around with the contents intact. But as I was looking at this, I was kind of like, it looks kind of annoying. We need long iron rods, which both need two iron rods, which need an iron ingot each. So these are basically four iron ingots here. That's two more for the plate. The wheels need a ring, which is another iron rod. So this is three more iron rods. I'm like, it's just like a lot of iron. And then we need a slime block here, but regular slime block we can't really make yet. So I was looking at block slime. Um, Block slime here, and the only options we have are we can make this blood slime block, which I'll come back to in a second, but everything else we cannot make directly. I guess we could make this blue slime ball and this purple slime ball, but in order to get those saplings, the blue and purple slime saplings, we need to use a luminous crafting table for Master of Sorcery, which we don't have yet. So really only leaves our option to make the blood slime ball. And the blood slime ball, to make those, we need to put 160 millibuckets of blood into our porcelain casting table. And to get blood, we get 40 from rotten flesh. So we need a lot of rotten flesh, basically, to make the dolly right now. So that's kind of the limiting factor. And I'm like, all that work just we only have two chests in the void. Why am I, going through such rigmarole to move two chests over? Exactly, right? So let's just go and first things first, I'm gonna make a good handful of chests. And we might need another saw here. Let me go really quickly. Can I? Nope, can't combine the saws in here. I think we can combine them right here. There we go. Let's just make like, I don't know. Let's pick all of these up. I think we also have enough of this for a good while. Yeah, we have over a stack of it, so let's not worry about that for a bit. We don't need our root stuff just yet. Let's take like 4 stacks of planks and make just a ridiculous amount of chests here. So let's plop it in here. And I thought that would probably break our saw. Let's get a couple more stone rods so we can make another saw. Oh, we could also make a diamond one. What is this called? This is called Tool Artisan Saw. Tool Artisan Saw. Um, We can also use a Greg Tech saw for that if we wanted to use iron plates for it, but you know what? We're just gonna use flint because two reasons. First of all, flint is cheap. Second of all, iron is in the non-void world, so I don't want to run back there again just for that. Let's make like two more saws just to have in the table on hand later. Plop plop. Okay. Alright, so we got 32 chests. We're not going to need that many, for sure, but it is certainly a number of chests we have. I do need 3 leather from here for this satchel later, so we can tick that off. Oh, one thing I totally forgot, by the way. We can hold Alt over here, and it tells us some tooltips we can do, but there's an auto-craft button. I'm going to uncraft that. So what I think this does is we can just press C over here once we have all the ingredients, and it's going to go the and then craft the item just like that here. I'll do it again. And that's going to be like super cool. So I look forward to that. My leather just got stolen from a chest somewhere. Oh yeah, it got stolen from the chest where I took it from. Okay. Alright, I think we are good to go. Let's go and set these chests up. So I think I'm gonna have them just in here. We can kind of start having our storage in here, and these are gonna be iron chests at some point, but for now I just need to do double chests because I cannot make iron chests yet. And we're just gonna fill them in up right from left, but first I'm going to start by dumping absolutely everything in here. And I'm gonna grab my axe. Put my oven mitt in here as well. Maybe we can dual wield axes. Yeah, there we go. Madman. Rah! Just kidding. Let's go and get our other stuff. So this is just going to be a process of go over here, break the chest. Our inventory is full of stuff. Get some more stuff out of this chest. All right, cool. And then come back, etc. So we're going to be doing this like 3 or 4 trips until everything's moved over. And I'm just going to start dumping stuff. You know what? This chest is going to be full. / this chest is full right now. So I'm going to start filling stuff in left to right. But I actually want to do the storage from right to left. So I'm going to put stuff over there and then kind of sort it over into these chests over here. And then also I would like to make like some skylights so it's not super dark here in the daytime. So let's do here, and let's see, where's our center point? 1. So this is the edge of the inside of the room. So 1, 2, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, right, where the torch would be. Let's just cut out a hole like this. And I guess the center points of the other rooms should be in the same places. Okay, put that candle back. And honestly, don't really need this filled in at the moment. I mean, maybe if it starts raining, it's going to look kind of dumb, so maybe I should fill it in, but I can put some glass up here later. Anyways, I'll bring in some natural light. Okay. Yeah, this looks a little less gloomy in here now. Alright, let's go get some more stuff. I'll be right back. Where did I get this candle? Oh, no. From over there. Whoopsie. Okay. Okay, let's go back into the void. And I did specifically grab this pickaxe because we're going to need a pickaxe to break this table shortly. Do we still need our rudimentary tools? I think the only reason we would need those is to make the work table, this thing. And like, is this used for anything else? This is used for a tool station. We have a few different recipes in here. Yeah, so we're not actually going to need more of these, I don't think. So I think we can go ahead and chuck these rudimentary tools. If we ever need them again, they're not that bad to make. Alright. Plop, plop. Okay. Let us go and... we can pick this chest up now. Let's grab... Do we want to move our potion crafting setup? Probably. We can go ahead and grab all of this output from over here. We can go ahead and grab... Drying racks, I'm actually, like, I don't think we're going to be using those too much. And same for, like, these blocks over here. Like, we're just not going to be using the strainers a terrible amount. So I'm going to go ahead and, here, let's turn the dirt and gravel into EMC so we can save some inventory. I will take the clay with me. For this trap, it's just fish and vines right now, like, kind of whatever. String I'll grab. Bunch of seeds over here. We might want some of these seeds later on. Let me look here. I mean, I'll take the sugar canes because I know we have some sugar canes in some of our chests over there. We'll come back for this other stuff, I guess, kind of as we need it. And, oh, I want to grab those tables. Okay. Let's drop this stuff off, and then we'll go and get the final load of stuff from over there. And we can take this iron chest over here and plop it between this chest. Alright, dump all this in here. Alright, and then let's just go grab a couple more things from the void, and we're going to be mostly moved over. I'll take all the animal goods for now. I'm going to do a fresh harvest of the field, like, one more time for now. And we'll see if we really even end up needing any more of these crops after this harvest. But if we do, they're still going to be over here continuing to grow. So we're definitely going to need more wheat, and I'll end up making a bigger wheat field at some point. Oh, okay, just, yeah, sure, eat the raw wheat, why not? I think there's a tool that lets us do, like, AoE harvesting of wheat. We should look into that. Honeycomb. Wow, we have a lot of honeycomb. I don't think there's really a great use for this except for these potions and drying it for honey, and then honey is a sugar substitute. So let's actually just grab a ton of this and put it all the way over here. This is gonna make so much honey for us that we're gonna be like set for a long time on honey. There we go. All that honey is gonna just turn into sugar for us over time here. Cottonseed, I think we had somewhere. Is there anything here that we don't really need? I'm not actually gonna mess with it right now. We're good as is. We'll leave our ground traps over here for now. We'll leave our spiderweb tree. Actually, I don't think we can really move this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and harvest it. Here's our sugarcane growth, by the way. Sugarcane grows infinitely in this mod pack, so that's what it's looking like so far. And then, actually, really quick. Oh, this is actually where I misclicked something in JEI earlier when I was trying to bookmark it for my to-do list, so you can ignore that. But I really quickly can change my game mode here, and we can take a look at how high the sugarcane is. Just wanted to show it. It's kind of funny. I could also go over there and break the blocks, but those blocks are the consequences of my own action, so I'm just going to leave them out there. That's my fault they're out there, so... let's do that, and let's clear our chat log. Good. Okay, we are all set over here, I think. Let's go ahead and grab our toolbox. And then we don't have anything in here, right? We have a little bit of lava and some water. Nothing that's impossible to replace. Pick up those tables. We do have a regular crafting table and tablets in the overworld, so we're good on those. Clean up these wooden blocks. That's probably driving some poor soul insane. Sorry about that. And I think we're all good in the void world for now. So, okay, I was going to say grab those last two crops and then get out of here, and then I almost walked into the void. So, good job, me. Oh, our wood chopping setup. Okay, let's move that with us. I will take these Okay. Let's block off the water first. And then I will take these strips with me. And then can I get under here? We sure can. Okay. Pick all these things up. And the chest. Do we have enough room for the chest? Let's come back in a second for the chest, because we're going to overflow our inventory if we try to take that now. Okay. Let's do a merge sort first. And then just go ahead and I want to keep these because I want to go ahead and set that back up. Drop this in here. Toolbox can go somewhere, I guess. Where did the tables go? I'm gonna keep the toolbox with the tables. Okay. These should have their own chest to go into. Okay, wheat. Wheat. We didn't bring wheat over? Where's our wheat? Oh, it's over here. Okay. Go ahead and stick those. Sorry, I was just messing with the mouse there for a second. And then seeds. Did we not have seeds? Oh, yeah, they're over here too. Okay. Move those with the wheat, except that's full, so move them here, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. We're not sorting that yet. Why am I spending so much time right there right now? Okay. And finally, we're gonna grab our... let's grab our root stuff. Grab all of this wood first, and then grab these strips. We don't need this built out here like this anymore. Okay, and then let's grab our root stuff. I don't actually like this cobblestone, so this cobblestone goes bye-bye. I mean, I guess it was worth EMC, so there was no point to do that. Pick that up, and pick this chest up. Our axe is broken. Goodbye, axe. There's actually not any point to break these right now, and we might need the kilns later, so we're just going to leave that setup there intact. But otherwise, yeah, I think we got everything we care about here, and our honey is just cooking away here. Alright. Alright, let's set some stuff back up. Let's do our water wheel while how to actually do it is still fresh in our mind. So we're gonna need... Let's get some crafting materials in here. I was gonna say there's no need for this to be out here, but there's also no need for me to break it, so we can just build another set of this inside our house. So let's just plop this in here. Okay. And we can get rid of the cobble for now. We need ice. And then I need to grab a new axe as well. There's an axe. Okay. So let's rebuild our water wheel. Why can I not sprint? Oh, ice. Duh. Ice makes you cold. I remember playing with a friend, and they were like, why can't I sprint or anything? I'm like always sprinting, or I'm always nauseous in this mod pack. What the hell's wrong with this mod pack? And they were like holding a bucket of uranium waste or a bucket of ice cubes or something. I don't know. It's kind of funny. Let's just put our water wheel outside. Gonna turn on F7 because I broke a torch. So our water wheel, I think I'll just have it right here. We're going to need water going from the wheel. And we're going to need the chest here. Because the water's going to be here. The wheel's going to be on top of it. The water's going to be pouring into this hopper. So go ahead and block in this hopper. Water is... Let me put the saw first. Nope, I put the saw backwards. Of course I did. Put the saw the other way. There we go. The water is now flowing. And then we're going to have the whopper here against the saw. We are going to have the chest here to supply the whopper. And then we're going to have water flowing from here to catch the items it outputs and then into that hopper. So I don't want to put it here. This is in the... Oh, you know what? I can put the ice cube. There we go. And then I can block in the water there. And then we don't even need the strip because the wall of the house is blocking that over there. But you know what? Just in case something goes wrong here, let me... I'm going to go in here and put a strip here behind where the... Put the strip there behind where the water is. Just in case, like, I make a mistake and, like, accidentally break that wall. Like that. And it's gonna... If the water would flow this way, it would stop our house from flooding. Even though it doesn't look like the water's flowing that way. But if we're looking over here and we're like, why is there a block of... Never mind, that's stupid. Okay, cool. We can stick our wood back in here for now as well. You know what? I thought there was supposed to be a mouse tweak where if I hold Control Shift click, it moves all of the same type of item, but it's like not working. And triple click's also supposed to do something. I'll have to look at the BOGO sorter mod, which I turned off the config for over here, and I don't know how to turn it back on, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. Root stuff. Okay, let's get a chest for root stuff. And I don't know where I want to set up root stuff yet, but for now I'm just gonna have a chest of root stuff out here. And let's do this. Roots, not roots. How do you search Modpack again? Oh, it's @ symbol, I think. Roots. There we go. I'm gonna do this. Double click the search box, let you search inventories. So now we can see all of our @root stuff here. And I can really quickly look through our chest and pull out any roots related things. Okay, only those 3 items. And I don't suppose there would be any root stuff over here, right? Nope. Okay. So here's our root stuff. We're going to need a piece of charcoal to be able to light that pyre back on fire. So just take one of those. Okay. And we'll need some fire starter sticks. That's a later problem. Really quickly, I'm going to go and find water. Water ambient. And I'm just going to put that down to like 20%. So that we're not constantly hearing this water flowing, or when we do hear it, it's like much quieter. Let's see if you hear it now. We're also going to tell this portal to be quiet, because this portal is also very noisy. Hold on. Portal? Portal ambient. It's already at 50%. Let's put it even more quiet. And portal.travel is pretty... Ooh, okay. Oh, that's really loud normally, huh? Okay, let's put that a little bit quieter. That'll be nicer. And then the water, we should barely be hearing it now, right? I'm not hearing anything, so I'm gonna go with yes. It's quiet enough for now. I'm a little hungry, so let's eat the sweet potato souffle. And okay, let's set up some more stuff that we just brought over. This is kind of a cosmetic thing, so I'm gonna put this with storage. Let's get our work tables set up though. Where did I put those? So here's our work tables, and then do we have any artisan tools anywhere? Our saws got sucked up somewhere, so where's our saws? I don't know where our saws went. Like, where's our tool? Oh, you know what? Does the toolbox store them when you pick them up? It does. Okay, well, there they are. They're in there. I'm going to put those... I think I'm going to put that in this corner. Let's pick up this table. And we're going to put all of the work tables adjacent to the toolbox. And then I'm going to have... Maybe I'll have that over there. Nah, it looks dumb floating in there. Never mind. Let's have the regular crafting table here, and then we'll have the transmutation table here, and then we have a bunch of crafting things ready to go. And if we have like different fluids in here and stuff later on, we're easily able to use different tables for different fluids. So okay, that's good. We need to start organizing our actual storage though. So let's just do really quick. Let's do farming and crop related things in one chest. So this is all farming related. Anything else here farming related? The rice. Okay. Apples. Hold on. All these seeds. These seeds. Twine I don't feel like we really need. We can trash that, I think. Chamomile is kind of farming related. Sugarcane. Lily pad? I mean, not really. You know what? We might actually have enough rotten flesh over here to make the slime ball from earlier. How much do we need? Really quick. Let me open a calculator. It was blood slime ball. This one, coagulated blood. So we need 9 of these. And each one is 160 and each blood is 40. So we need 9 times 4. 36, right? Yeah, so we actually have enough for that. You know what? Let's do it. Let's set it to go anyways. We're not going to like do the whole recipe right now, but we are going to go ahead and set the blood to set the flesh to cook. Okay, and then this is going to cook very fast actually apparently. Let's take the ingot cast out of here because this actually needs to go into an empty casting table. So there's our coagulated blood. Cool. We have a bunch of grout in here. Also, we didn't put our lava into our tank here. Let's do this really quick. There we go. The hot potato put the lava into the tank. Okay. Let's put our farming stuff over into this chest against the corner. Any other farming stuff, or is that about it? It seems like about it. Okay, the second chest over here, I'm going to have it be monster and animal related drops. So let's go ahead and get anything that comes from monsters or animals. We missed some farming stuff here. Monster or animals. Oh, here's some root stuff, I think. Why did that not... Is this not from roots? It is from roots. Hello? Why are you not highlighted? Anyways. There's a roots item we missed. Strainer efficiency. I don't know that we really need this, to be honest, but seems like a pain in the butt to make. So we're just gonna hang on to it, I guess. A glass block. Ooh, we can definitely put that up there and have get 7 more. Alright, any more monster-related drops? Ender Pearl Dust, kind of. Can we do anything useful with the Ender Pearl Dust? We can turn it into small dust. We can turn it into tiny dust. The difference between small dust and tiny dust, first of all, you look here how to make it. The tiny dust is made in the top left. The small dust is made in the top middle. And basically it's the same thing, except this turns it into 9 and this turns it into 4. So to remake this into the big dust, you do 2x2. To remake this, you gotta do a 3x3. Okay, we can make some crystallizers, which we're nowhere near. We can turn these into ender pearls with dynamite. Okay, we're nowhere near that. We're nowhere near this. Alloy smelter. We're not actually very near this. This requires we're not talking about this yet, but this requires something we're quite far from. And yeah, like we're nowhere near close to being able to use this. And we can electrolyze it into nitrogen, beryllium, and potassium. Cool. Yeah, this is just like junk. I don't know why I gave us this. It's totally useless at the moment, so. Alright, don't eat the raw chicken, please. Alright, there's our animal-related products and mob drops. That was the wrong chest to put this in. Pull this out here. Okay. Here we go. This is going to be mob drops and stuff. Any more mob drops? Oh yeah, we have spider eye over here. We have string, leather, bees. What are these bees for? I think those bees just came from the from that one apiary we have in our void world. I do see that they have this these Bestia and Volatus. That is how you say that, Volatus, or Velatus. I don't know. I don't know how you actually say it. I just knew what the word was for flight in Latin. I see it has those aspects on it, but it's kind of like, okay. We're just gonna put that in there to be sorted. These queen bees, what are they used for? I think there's another kind of apiary. Yeah, the Pam's Harvest Craft apiary. And what does that make? Pam's Harvest Craft honey. Maybe it makes this honeycomb, I'm guessing. And what are they used for? We can turn them into honey. We can turn them into beeswax. Basically all the same stuff as the honey that we get from the other apiary, so I see no purpose to set that up. So we don't need these. We can turn it into royal jelly. What is royal jelly used for? To make a queen bee. And what is a queen bee used for? To make a royal jelly. You know what though? Do these stack? These stack. Okay. You know what? Maybe we're just going to keep them as royal jelly, and if we need them, we're going to have to figure out how to get a bee grub, I guess. I didn't think about that part. Whoops. Okay, this is farming stuff. Don't you just, like, love sorting inventories in this game? So, monster drop, farming stuff, monster drop. Okay. We'll put bone meal with farming stuff, I guess. Okay, let's sort our next stuff. So next stuff I want to be just, like, stones, minerals, and such. So, flint, redstone. Anything else from in here? Let's go over here, get all this clay, bricks. Charcoal kind of applies. Glass kind of applies. Flint blocks, charcoal, bricks, more bricks. Okay. We'll put all of these in here. Spider eye over here. Okay, then we want, let's see. For this chest, let's put, I don't know what else to put in here. Let's put maybe like, I was gonna say like maybe magic bond things, maybe Greg tech things. I don't really know yet. Porcelain we can stick over here. Honestly, I'm kind of at my wit's end for organizing this now. Let's do cosmetic related things over here. Cosmetic and building things. Sure. That seems fine. Anything cosmetic or building here. Cosmetic building. Stone gears with stone gears. We don't really have that much cosmetic stuff, do we? Guess not. Flour can go in the flour in the plant chest, plant chest. Hearts are monster drops. Okay. Pot, I'm gonna put it with here because we use it with the candleberries. Honestly, like, kind of okay for now, I think. So what do we want to do in here? Let's do, like, crafting and tool things in there for now. So, the chisel, can we turn the chisel back into EMC? Yo, free repair, thank you. um, diamond sword, lead, shield, hammer, sword, formation one. Formation one's kind of like a building thing, so let's put that in there. Okay, throw all of that junk in there. Roots knife, we're gonna go put in the roots chest. I know, like, organizing a base is, like, the worst thing, but, like, it's worth spending an extra 10 minutes so you know where your shit is. Sorry, where your stuff is. Excuse my, whatever language that was. English. Glass. I'm gonna actually really quickly do this before I continue forgetting. And I would maybe like to chisel this to something nicer. That looks kind of weird. We have a chisel, right? Yeah, we should. Chisel. What would glass chisel into? Let's do like this bubble glass and see how that looks if I chisel these. It looks pretty much non-existent. Maybe something with a little bit of texture would be nice. Okay, this looks nice. It's like the vanilla texture, but it has connected textures. So there you can see the difference here. Okay. And then we need a couple more pieces. One more piece, actually, as long as we don't misplace any of it. Then chisel all of this. And then... But you only got 7. Well, that's the trick. I have 8, actually. Because there's the one in the chisel still. Loop. Alright, there we go. Ceiling is fixed. Okay, dang. This chest task here, this chest action item I had is taking a long time. I'm actually like a little bit getting like too much right now on this task, so I'm actually just gonna stick everything else in here that's still unsorted in here for now, and I think we're just gonna move on to a different task for now, and we'll come back to this task later on. Really quick, just grab those last couple things I see and stick them over there. Okay. I want to keep this with me. I'm not really using the lunchbox yet. Does it come with any food? Yo, the lunchbox is full of sandwiches and fruits? What the heck? We're gonna definitely keep this on us. We're gonna need some sticks. We're gonna need some wheat. Because our next thing is I'm gonna do the sheep. Do we have shears anywhere? Do we have shears in this toolbox, maybe? We do, but they're about to break. Let me just grab flint and make some shears. All right, let's get some sheep going over here. So I think we actually have a mod that fixes fences so that we can jump over fences, but mobs cannot. So let's get some fence, and I think I want to do just like a 7x7 of enclosed area for the sheep. So 7x7 means we need a 9x9 border. So we do 9x9 minus 7x7. So that's 81 minus 49. Should be 42 fences. Double check my math. 81 minus 49. 32. Whoops. So fence, we can do this, and we're just going to scroll it up to 32. And now we can see how many planks and how many sticks we need. Heck yeah. Love that. So let's grab, do we want to do birch fences? Let's do birch fences. So we need 44 birch wood planks. We're going to go over here and just make these, except we need to click the birch fences. There we go. There we go. 33. Oh, right, because it crafts in sets of 3. That's okay. We have an extra one. And then for the sheep, where do I actually want them? I think over here. I don't want them super close to the house because I don't want them making a racket. So I don't know why I broke those candles and picked them up. Let's go get more candles really quick, because we shouldn't just be moving the candles around in our inventory. Okay, our candles are over here. I broke a candle just so I could scan inventories to find where it is. And then for actually getting these sheep in, let me just confirm really quick. We can jump over fences, right? We can. You know what I think actually enables this? I think we have our jump height adjusted in this mod pack. So we can jump 1.5 blocks tall, but mobs still can't. So that's kind of cheaty, but you know what? I like it. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know why I don't have my formation wand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, oh, hello, sheep. Thank you for corralling yourself. No, 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 no. Come here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we have exactly one left over, as expected. I don't know, let's just like put it in the middle, maybe, for no discernible reason. All right, let's go get some sheep. So on our mini map, which we can see up in the top right, we have these yellow dots kind of indicating some NPCs or animals. We don't know what's what, but I do believe that when we came out here, there were a lot of sheep. So I think if we just, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and grab your wool while you exist. We just go ahead and walk around. We should be able to find a few sheep, and I'm not going to go like corral them all up over here, but I'm going to get like a few, and those can go ahead and breed. We're going to give them some privacy there. So we got the achievement, but we didn't get to actually watch them breed, so get some yellow X's down here. Let's stick a torch, see if that clears some of them up. I don't want to go down here. There's a mana puddle down here, and if you stand in that, you kind of lose your control and start floating away, so there we go. That should light it up adequately. Oh, there's another one down here. I just don't want like creatures spawning down here and being annoying. Let me just drop down here and see what it looks like. Okay, there's a block down there. Can I like float out of the hill? Out of the hole? Come on, keep floating. No! Okay, I'm gonna drop down and then I'm gonna jump, and that should give me some momentum. Okay, and thankfully I hit the trees. Alright, should be a couple more sheep. I'd like to get like one more pair of sheep, possibly. Here's one. And here's another one. Okay, perfect. So let's just lure these back to our pen, and that's going to be good enough for sheep for now. Oh yeah, there was one thing I forgot to show. Let me show it off here in a minute once I get these sheep in our pen down here. And they seem to have lost interest. Here we go. Hello. Wool. Not wool. Wheat. I'll go ahead and take their wool, though, now that I mentioned it. Alright, they do not seem to care about me for a second. Let me just make them forget about that wheat exists as a concept. Hello, wheat. Yes. I guess I could have also used my lead, but, you know, we're already here. We have brought them We can't breed these sheep for another 2.5 minutes. Let's go ahead and breed these two. And there. Next. Also just going to quickly feed the little sheep a little bit. That will accelerate their grow time a bit. And there. We have a little sheep farm going. Can we shear the baby sheeps? I don't think so, but... yeah, no, we cannot. Also important with sheep is that you have them in a well-lit area, so that the grass they are standing in can grow. They eat the grass to replenish their wool. Did you know I know vanilla Minecraft facts? It's amazing, right? Okay, so sheep is done. Seared furnace next. Seared furnace or satchel? You know what? Let's do the satchel. We just did a bunch of building stuff. Let's go do a little bit of mining stuff. So for satchel, we need tin. So we have a couple of tin options over here. Tetrahedrite over there. Let's go to this one. Seems a little closer. Do we have our ore scanner? We do. So we're probably not going to be able to see the tin from over here, but let's get a little closer to the vein. Any sheep I see, I'm just also going to go ahead and shear them while we're out and about. Okay, we are at our vein here. Oh, the thing I was going to mention while we were luring the sheep. So we have FTB Utilities mod, which lets you claim chunks for your team / play area, and the reason you want to do that is because claim chunks let you do two things. They let you first of all, you can chunk load them so that they stay running, and then the other thing they let you do is mob griefing is disabled in here. So if a creeper comes here, it blows up our stuff. It doesn't actually blow up our stuff, which is it's a inconvenience in vanilla Minecraft, but in modded Minecraft, it's a freaking catastrophe. So yeah, we try to avoid that in modded Minecraft. I mean, at least I try to. There are some more hardcore players that are like, no, man, what's the point if you turn off creeper griefing? Mob griefing, I mean. Alright, let's get down this hole. I'm going to build a regular staircase because we do not have ender pearl to get us down here. But this, what's it called here? The jackhammer is going to make this so much faster than before. In fact, it's going to make it so fast that the game's going to think we broke a block right here, but we actually didn't. Or maybe it's this one. Yep, there it is. That's what happens if you... there's some desync that happens between your game and the server. And you're probably thinking, what do you mean your game and the server? Aren't you in single player? And I am, but you know how Minecraft works? It doesn't, there's no single player server, actually. So what this is doing is simulating a multiplayer server and then just connecting you to a single player multiplayer server. Pretty fun, right? Okay, oh, we've actually gone past our tin vein, so let's turn around. We don't really need to worry about making this vein escapable because we're going to be able to / home to get home, but we would like to... I hear a troll. We would like to make it be easy to get down here for future digging purposes. We have 18 tin ore already, which is already a good amount. And we have prospected the vein. It's on our map now. Alright. So this is kind of how I like to mine the vein. I kind of like to just do a big strip mining of the... Well, this isn't strip mining. I'm literally, like... I don't even know what kind of mining this is called. But, can we put the torches on our right click? We can. Nice. Okay. Anyways, just kind of like seeing where the edges of the vein are and just like kind of rounding out the vein. So we would need to go a little this way. And then what kind of vein are we actually dealing with here? We have the, I think the garlic mustard vein, so we're also looking for a cassiterite. Let's find a cassiterite ore. There should be, this looks like we're in the top of the vein, so if we go down, we'll probably find some cassiterite ore. Because, like I said, the ore veins are kind of like a sandwich. Yeah, there we go. The cassiterite was down in a lower part of the vein. Okay. And I think for now, we probably have enough tin to last us for a little bit. So let us go /home. Okay. Cassiterite, what does this squeeze into? It turns into 2 tin dust. Okay. So we can go ahead and... Oh, hello. There is a X up there. Okay, we can go ahead and squeeze our cassiterite, and let's turn this on. We can go ahead and squeeze our tin ores, I think. Let me go get a bucket and deal with this crushed ore really quick. Where did we put buckets? We didn't put buckets. Aha. That's the joke. Okay, and then I need an ice cube really quick. Ice, baby. Wait, no, there's already a puddle of water over there, I think. Take the torches off so I don't accidentally put the torch in the water. There we go. So we have our cauldron. We have our ores here. We need to hammer them. Okay. Go back to the house and get another item. Do we need any of these other items before I go back? No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Go here, go there. Boom, boom. And then we need... There was also a quest reward in here, right? Metallurgy. Aha, the impure redstone as well. Okay. So now if we throw these impure dusts in here, they become clean dusts. So there's copper dust, here's tin dust, and here is a bunch of redstone. Alright, excellent. We can turn this off. This should be done. There's a bunch of tin dust as well. We can take tin and... I'm confused. I thought I had tin dust already, but sure. We could take tin dust and copper dust, and we can mix it at a 3-to-1 ratio to make bronze dust. Why did I only get... Oh, that makes 3. Why doesn't that make 4 dust? It makes 4 dust if we do it in the mixer. Okay, so that'll be something we want to do later on. And we can melt this in the melter, or we can cook it in the seared furnace. So let's actually set up the seared furnace, finally. How much lava do we have? We have enough lava. I'm gonna just move this cauldron for now. Okay, seared furnace. Let's set that up like over here-ish, I think. And seared stone. So to make the seared furnace, I believe it is... We're gonna need some, like a tank of some kind. So we're gonna need some bricks. We're gonna need the actual furnace itself. Duh. Where did I put the dang thing? Probably over here in unsorted. Yep, it sure was. Okay. And then to make the furnace, you basically need to make an enclosed box with seared stones. And we can chisel seared stones, right? Yeah, we can. Let's just turn these all into like seared bricks. Seared bricks look nice. Whoops. Seared bricks. There we go. And let's just carve out, I don't know, let's start with like a 3x3 furnace. And the jackhammer is not any faster at digging wood. Neither is the axe, but like I didn't really expect it to be faster, so. So here's our ground of our furnace. And there is going to be like the border of it. And I think it needs to be air inside. I'll put a torch in there just because I don't want like creatures spawning in there, but yeah. Uh, okay, cover this up here, and then let's put a lid on it, and then put our furnace in here. And it's upset because we're missing something. Let me go get our manual really quick, because I think we can take our manual and we can get a materials in U. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. We can look at the seared furnace. Okay, so the seared furnace. So here's a little diagram of the seared furnace. Wait, no, that's the smeltery. Okay, it needs to be enclosed, it seems like. So we need to fill in the blocks. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. And we're also going to need a tank. Seared. We can make a seared tank, I think. Seared tank is fine. So that's just bricks and a piece of glass. So we have seared bricks in here. And a piece of glass. So make this. Okay, there's our seared tank, and we do have a bucket of lava. I think we figured out that these tanks actually can retain the lava without burning us, so let me just throw that in there, and then we should be good with the lava tank, right? Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Throw that in there, and this is unhappy. Because I don't think it's big enough. I think we need to fill in the corners here. Alright, does it work now? Does not work now. Do we need to fill in the upper layer as well? Whoops. Still unhappy. I think we might need to fill in the lower layer too. So let's go under here really quick and fill in the core. Oh, you know what? It might be the torch in there. Let me grab the torch. And I'm just going to hope that monsters don't spawn in there. Yeah, there we go. Now it's active. Okay. Were these blocks necessary? That block was not necessary. And how much room do we have in here, actually? Yeah, like, we have a lot of room in here, as is. Look at all this room that we have. We'll go ahead and leave it up there. It was fine how it looked before. Okay, and what this does, this is basically a super furnace that can cook 16 items per stack. And it cooks them rather quickly as well. So here it's cooking 16 at a time. But if we want, we can also put single item stacks in there, and look how fast that goes now when it's just one item at a time. Ta-da! Bunch of stone. And then there's also like a giant inventory. So there's a lot of slots in here as is. Let's go ahead and put some bronze to cook. Let's set that in stacks of 5. We can put this iron to cook in a stack of 4. And I guess we might as well just fill it with cobblestone, because why not? We have so much tin, I'm just going to go ahead and process all of this tin with our squeezer. And why did I get tin again? That's because we needed tin for our satchel. So go overworld. I believe there's tin ingots reward in here, yeah. So we don't actually need to process the tin that we went and got. Okay, what are we missing here? We are missing leather. Let me see how this auto crafting business works, because I'm kind of excited about that. So we have 3 leather. Okay, so we have everything we need for this. And if I just hit C, it's going to craft it. That does not seem to be working. Do I need to be in a crafting table? Yo, that was sick. I didn't have to open the recipe or anything. It just, like, did it. Okay, wow, we got a lot done here. And this is, like, kind of a tiny bag, but, like, we're actually going to be able to upgrade this relatively quickly. We need tin nuggets, which we can make with our melter. That's not too bad, but the kind of the hard thing to get here is going to be the Invar. Invar is an iron and nickel alloy. And to get nickel, we need to go to a nickel vein, I guess. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Honestly, we got a lot done here. We found tin. We moved our stuff over. We made our furnace. We got some sheep going over here. Oh yeah, let's go over here and take care of our sheep real quick. I love being able to just jump over fences. That's like the greatest quality of life ever. There we go. Get them all excited about life. Stop eating the sheep, please. Or not the sheep, but the wheat. Alright, I'm gonna hold my jackhammer out while I'm in here to collect the experience and let it harvest mending on the jackhammer. And then let's go ahead and shear everyone who's an adult. Okay, excellent. Alright, I think we are all good, to be honest. Nope, you get to get sheared again. Thank you for your service. How long do you need to breed again? They take 5 minutes between breeding cycles. Okay. And now we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 3 breeding pairs right now. But when we come back, we're gonna have 4, and then when we breed them again, we're gonna have like 8, and then I don't know. At some point, I'm gonna be like, okay, we have enough. But awesome. Here's what we built over here. We really need to get this roots thing sorted out at some point. Alright, that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoy the series, please like, comment, subscribe, and see y'all.